Richard Grenell. The name alone sparks debate, eliciting nods of approval from some, groans of disapproval from others. His presence in the political arena is nothing short of polarizing. Few figures in recent American politics have inspired such passionate responses. Whether you see him as a hero or a villain, there's no denying his impact. A staunch Republican, a seasoned diplomat, and a lightning rod for controversy, Grenell has left an undeniable mark on the landscape of American foreign policy. His career is a testament to his resilience and determination. Born in 1966, Grenell's journey has been anything but ordinary. From a young age, he showed a keen interest in politics and international affairs. From his early days as a political commentator to his tumultuous tenure as the US ambassador to Germany, Grenell has consistently challenged conventions and courted controversy. His bold statements and actions have often put him at the center of media storms. His outspoken nature, unwavering loyalty to former President Donald Trump, and aggressive approach to diplomacy have earned him both admiration and condemnation. His tenure was marked by significant diplomatic achievements, as well as contentious moments. Love him or hate him, one thing is certain: Richard Grenell is a force to be reckoned with. His ability to navigate the complex world of politics with such fervor is both impressive and polarizing. His story is a fascinating study in ambition, political maneuvering, and the delicate dance of international relations. His strategies and decisions have often been scrutinized, yet he remains undeterred. As we delve into the life and career of this polarizing figure, we'll uncover the complexities of a man who has become synonymous with both success and scandal. His journey offers a unique perspective on the intersection of politics and diplomacy. This is the story of Richard Grenell, a man who has never shied away from the spotlight, even when it threatened to burn. His resilience and determination have defined his career. Buckle up, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. The journey through Richard Grenell's life is filled with twists and turns, making it a compelling narrative of modern American politics. Grenell's path to the upper echelons of American politics was paved with ambition, determination, and a relentless drive to succeed. From a young age, he exhibited a keen interest in the political landscape, always staying informed and engaged with current events. His early career was marked by a keen understanding of the power of communication and the importance of crafting a compelling message. Grenell knew that in politics, perception often shapes reality. After graduating from Harvard Extension School, he cut his teeth in the world of politics as a spokesperson, quickly earning a reputation for his sharp wit and even sharper elbows. His ability to navigate the complex world of political communication set him apart from his peers. His big break came in 2001 when he was appointed as the United States spokesman at the United Nations under President George W. Bush. This role was a significant milestone in his career, providing him with a global platform to showcase his skills. This position thrust him onto the world stage, where he honed his skills as a diplomat and advocate for American interests. Grenell's tenure at the UN was marked by his ability to handle high-pressure situations with poise and confidence. For 7 years, Grenell served as the voice of the US at the UN, becoming the longest-serving American in this role. His tenure was characterized by his unwavering commitment to representing American values and interests on the global stage. His time at the UN provided invaluable experience in international diplomacy, allowing him to build a network of influential contacts and gain a deep understanding of global politics. But Grenell's ambitions extended beyond the halls of the United Nations. He yearned for a more direct role in shaping American foreign policy, and his sights were set on the highest office in the land. His drive and determination were evident to all who knew him. He yearned for a more direct role in shaping American foreign policy, and his sights were set on the highest office in the land. Grenell believed that his experience and vision could make a significant impact on the country's direction. In 2012, Grenell joined Mitt Romney's presidential campaign as the foreign policy spokesman, making history as the first openly gay person to hold such a high-profile position in a Republican presidential campaign. This was a groundbreaking moment in American politics, making history as the first openly gay person to hold such a high-profile position in a Republican presidential campaign. His appointment was seen as a bold move, reflecting the changing dynamics within the party. However, his time with the Romney campaign was short-lived. Despite his qualifications and experience, Grenell faced significant pressure from social conservatives uncomfortable with his sexual orientation. Facing pressure from social conservatives uncomfortable with Grenell's sexual orientation, he resigned from the campaign after just a few months. This was a challenging period for Grenell, but it did not deter him from his political aspirations. Despite this setback, Grenell's experience on the campaign trail solidified his desire to remain a player in the world of politics. He had tasted the intoxicating allure of power, and he was determined to find his way back to the center of the action. His resilience and determination were unwavering. He had tasted the intoxicating allure of power, and he was determined to find his way back to the center of the action. Grenell's journey was far from over, and his ambition continued to drive him forward, always seeking new opportunities to make a difference. In 2018, Richard Grenell's ambition was rewarded when President Donald Trump appointed him as the U.S. ambassador to Germany. This appointment was a significant milestone in Grenell's career, marking his entry into one of the most influential diplomatic positions in Europe. This prestigious posting, typically reserved for seasoned diplomats and political heavyweights, was seen by many as a testament to Grenell's close relationship with the president and his unwavering loyalty. His appointment was met with mixed reactions, with some praising his direct approach and others questioning his lack of traditional diplomatic experience. However, Grenell's tenure in Berlin would prove to be anything but conventional, marked by controversy, diplomatic clashes, and a constant stream of headlines. His outspoken nature and willingness to challenge the status quo quickly made him a polarizing figure. From the outset, Grenell made it clear that he was not interested in adhering to the traditional norms of diplomacy. He was determined to shake things up and make his mark, regardless of the diplomatic fallout. He eschewed the quiet diplomacy favored by his predecessors, opting instead for a more confrontational approach that often ruffled feathers in Berlin and beyond. His style was seen as brash and unapologetic, a stark contrast to the more measured tones of previous ambassadors. One of Grenell's most contentious moves was his vocal opposition to the Nord Stream 2 pipeline project, a massive undertaking intended to transport natural gas from Russia to Germany. This project was a significant point of contention, not just for Grenell, but for the broader geopolitical landscape. Grenell argued that the pipeline would increase Europe's dependence on Russian energy and undermine European security. His stance was clear and unwavering, positioning him as a staunch defender of Western interests against perceived Russian aggression. He threatened German companies involved in the project with sanctions, further straining relations between the two countries. This move was seen as an aggressive tactic, one that highlighted the growing tensions between the US and Germany during his tenure. Grenell's aggressive approach to diplomacy and his close alignment with President Trump's America First agenda did little to endear him to his German hosts. His actions were often viewed as an extension of Trump's policies, which were not always well received in Europe. He was widely criticized in the German media for his perceived interference in German domestic politics and his dismissive attitude towards German sensitivities. The press coverage was relentless, painting him as a controversial and divisive figure. Despite the criticism and the diplomatic dust-ups, Grenell remained undeterred. He continued to push forward with his agenda, undaunted by the backlash. He seemed to relish his role as a disruptor, using his platform in Berlin to advance the Trump administration's agenda and to cement his own reputation as a bold and unconventional diplomat. His legacy in Germany remains a topic of debate, reflecting the complexities and challenges of his ambassadorship. In 2020, Richard Grenell's career took another dramatic turn when he was appointed as the acting director of national intelligence by President Donald Trump. This role put him at the helm of the United States intelligence community, albeit for a brief stint. During his tenure, Grenell made significant changes, including the declassification of documents related to the Russia investigation. His time as acting DNI was short but impactful, further solidifying his reputation as a controversial and influential figure in American politics. Richard Grenell played a significant role in the peace negotiations between Serbia and Kosovo. As the US Special Presidential Envoy for Serbia and Kosovo peace negotiations, he facilitated dialogue and brokered agreements aimed at normalizing relations between the two nations. Grenell's efforts culminated in the signing of economic normalization agreements in September 2020, which marked a major step forward in the peace process. His work in this area demonstrated his ability to navigate complex international issues and bring parties to the negotiating table. In addition to his diplomatic career, Richard Grenell has been deeply involved in academia and advocacy. He has taken on roles as a visiting fellow at various institutions, sharing his wealth of knowledge and experience. Grenell has also been a vocal advocate for LGBTQ rights, using his platform to push for equality and acceptance. His recent appointments reflect his ongoing commitment to public service and influence in political spheres. Of course, a figure as prominent as Grenell has not been without his share of criticisms and accusations. Some have questioned his diplomatic style, labeling it as too confrontational. Others have raised concerns about his political affiliations and the potential for conflicts of interest. Despite these criticisms, Grenell remains steadfast in his beliefs and continues to engage actively in the political landscape. Over the years, Richard Grenell has received numerous awards and recognitions for his work. His contributions to diplomacy and advocacy have been acknowledged by various organizations and institutions. These accolades serve as a testament to his impact and dedication in his fields of expertise. As we look to the future, Richard Grenell's influence shows no signs of waning. His involvement in political and social issues continues to make headlines. However, the path ahead remains uncertain, with many wondering what new roles he might take on or what causes he will champion next. One thing is clear: Richard Grenell's legacy is still being written.